Welcome to DANUS Celtic World. I'm Kate. We are having a Sunday. What a Sunday. We have the partial lunar eclipse, massive changes, tons of synchronicities, coincidences that are going on in the collective. Okay. I Yesterday we had synchronicities of 1010, 1111, 333. Today I had again 333 in the PM and 555 in the PM. All of these synchronicities coming up into play. Okay. When we have these synchronicities of, you know, 333 and not only is it the spiritual meaning of growth, creativity, alignment, the biblical rule of the Holy Trinity, um, signifying that, the ascended masters are, you know, spiritual guidance, guardian angels, encouraging balance, harmony, being authentic, being yourself, man, just giving yourself that self expression. Um, and acts to remind you, the synchronicities are here to remind you that creative endeavors and creative um, new opportunities, creative abundance and expansion is aligning with each and every one of you for different reasons, for different types of synchronicities for each of you in your life. So if you've been having these, numbers, synchronicities, feathers coming down your way, walking into, deja vu, making sure that you realize that these are not just coincidences, but this is the universe saying, okay, we came in with the total solar eclipse in Leo with, the Lion's Gate, um, Jupiter in Leo, which we're going to have until September. I've already mentioned that before. It's been a while since I've been on. I am a teacher, and school started in the past week and a half, so I did need to take a break to take care of my students um, and take care of the team of teachers that I lead. I am a team leader, um, but also to come back now that things are calming down and let everybody know that these synchronicities are so there. I'm seeing it with everybody. There's so much going on with, watching, especially with the Holy Trinity, the 333, the mind, the body, the spirit, meaning the soul. What do we need to pay attention to? Our health, our spirituality, the way we take care of ourselves. This isn't an ending of a 2-year cycle. We also just got the big transfer weeks ago with the North and South nodes moving from Pisces North Node into Aquarius, ruled by Uranus and Saturn, which we all know Uranus is upheaval, Saturn is the police officer, zodiac, achievements, doing everything right, having that discipline, your body, um, representing your health, the sixth house. How do we do health? How are we taking care of ourselves? Are we working out? Are we eating right? Are we dieting? Are we drinking enough water? Are we paying attention to our third mark of the Trinity, which is our spiritual path? Not saying that we have to be connected to structured religion. I don't know if that's for everyone, and I don't believe it is, but are we taking care of ourselves spiritually? Are we meditating? Are we um, minding our bodies, getting the peace we need, getting the sleep we need, you know, with this partial lunar eclipse coming up this week on the 27th, 28th, we have a huge partial lunar eclipse in Pisces with a full moon in Pisces. This is tremendous intuition and, you know, 12th house matters, endings, healing, spirituality, seeing beyond the veil, seeing things that seeing beneath the surface. And this lunar eclipse is here to show us, okay, we haven't been able to see this before, but now it's going to show us. That's what the lunar eclipse does. It sheds a light on all of us to see the things that we need to change, to see the things that are there beneath the surface that we need to say bye-bye to. This is not good for me. This person is toxic. That person is no good for me. This is not a good environment. I can't do this job anymore because this is not in alignment with my soul's purpose, my career purpose. We also have a Kazemi with 4 or more planets. Okay, and that is powerful, powerful, giving us the strength of those signs that are going to let us know that what we have going on is going to be also powerful, and we still have the reminiscence of the Lion's Gate, the Ballroom basket, the shocking new changes with this Mercury in alignment with the sun. And Mercury is communication, 3rd house matters, technology, our cars, our computers, our phones, when we go to work, are things working right? Are we starting our cars and out of nowhere, nothing's going well? I know for myself, I felt like all the past week and a half, I was putting together and connecting computers and connecting laptops, working with the kids and working at home and working with lesson plans, and things weren't going right with technology. 3rd house matters, Mercury, especially communication, shocking revelations. The sun is amplifying the energy right now in the astrology and transiting the sun. We have Uranus in Gemini, okay? And there's so much more with that going on because that's going to go on till 2032. And the shadow period of that, it's going to go on afterwards for the next, 18 years from now. This whole astrology change, this eclipse season that we have had, is going to make changes for everybody permanently. In some instances, it is going to erase people from our lives. And I'm telling you this for a reason, because when Uranus went into Gemini, we had a huge change in February. And in February, we had also a lot of changes where the cycles were changing, then the nodes changed. And in that time, my father passed away. And ironically speaking, I'm going to say this, my other parent is right now in the hospital at Memorial Hermann. Right after the total lunar eclipse, not lunar eclipse, I'm sorry, the total solar eclipse started. So with that happening, it is really, really time for everybody to pay attention to what's going on around you. We have Gemini giving intense information, letting us know what we need to change. There's also a T square going on, and with squares, we could be facing challenges and difficulties and finding it's hard to grab the energy to find the balance between certain things. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. I'm sorry, get somebody at the door. I am doing a webinar. I'm doing a webinar. I am right there. Yeah, you're welcome. Unless you want to say hi to the cat. Thanks. Sorry about that. We had a visitor, and sorry about that. We had a visitor, and what is really going on is that the eclipse is conjuncting right now the fixed star Fomalhaut or Fomalhaut at a star of deep wisdom, leading with emotional stress, and it's strong, and it's an overload for everybody because the changes are tremendous. The changes are tremendous. The predictors of these major life-changing events are going to be a little bit emotional for everyone. For everyone. And with that said, it's going to make transformations. Having Pluto help us, we still have Saturn retrograde, we still have Pluto retrograde, we still have Neptune retrograde. We have a lot with the Cazimi going on. We have Uranus and Gemini going on for years and years and years down the road again till 2032. We have Leo and Jupiter and Leo for the next 18 months. We have still a lot going on, and I've gotten angel numbers today, 333 again and 555. We also have, with Uranus and Gemini, we have the asteroid Shiva trying, with that, it's the destruction asteroid, the destructor trying to move into Uranus. And Uranus is uranium. And this type of, really bad mixture with this asteroid, this is not a good thing here because Shiva is going to be there for a while for the first week of September, I believe it is. And we have to be cautious of what's going on in the world around us. We already know that Uranus is upheaval. Okay, it really, Uranus and Saturn together is Aquarius in the North Node now. That Uranus and Saturn is Aries' ruler, both of them. And that's our North Node. That's our karmic future now because it's no longer in Pisces. Pisces said goodbye. She's been there. She was there all the way from back 2022, right around the time we had COVID, the end of it, the tail end of it. She's gone out of there. Okay. And now we have Leo with Jupiter and Leo still. Although that's great because Jupiter is all about expansion, luck, money, abundance, and we're still going to be getting those along the way. We still have that in Leo, but Leo is South Node. South Node is the dragon's tail, the karmic past. What do we need to release with this partial lunar eclipse? What do we need to take care of with it? The lunar eclipses tell us we need to let it go. As I always say with all of you, love and let go. Just love it and say, it's been wonderful knowing you. I have to love and let go. I have to move on. This is not serving me anymore. This is not for my best being anymore. This is not for what we're supposed to be doing any longer. And with that said, when that happens, it opens up this whole bridge for all of us to be able to have that space to let in the new beginnings, to let in what we want to bring into our lives. Okay? And that's what we want. New social friends, new opportunities, new jobs, new things that are going to be coming forward for each of us to make sure that we're manifesting the best life that we would love to see for us for the karmic future for the dragon's head, their north node in now Aquarius. We also have the sun in Virgo, which I already mentioned to you. Mercury's in alignment with the sun, Mercury's in Virgo. Therefore, the sun is in Virgo, focusing on productivity, organization, setting our goals. Set your goals for the karmic future. We also still have the moon in Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about structure. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the police officer of the planetary system, of the astrology, doing things right, ambition, responsibility, discipline, work ethic, foundation, all of the earth signs, foundation, grounding, security, saving money, self worth, self service to your own personal health. Pentacles, with that being a Capricorn, okay? It's the material world, it's the money world, it's the physical world, it's your health, your wealth, your well being, the life you want to live, the bodies that we care for, the earth that we want to care for, okay? With the moon shining on Capricorn, like I said earlier, and that is also going to be ruling the sixth house of health, fitness, systems, analytical, being part of taking care of good work habits, organization, a sense of usefulness, a sense of service that is given to yourself and given to others to make you feel like you are a part of the new world that we are now in with all of the transformations that are going on. We also have the Moon Mars oppositions. Oppositions can be detached energies, and be balance could be, you know, through integrating opposite energies. But it could be a good one. It could be an opposition. There could be conflicts. And with conflicts with the Moon and Mars opposition, there could be emotional triggers because the moon, the lunar eclipse the moon is all about emotion. It's in Pisces. Pisces is my sign. I am a Pisces. I have Pisces in my sun sign. My fifth house, Venus. My 11th house, social group, friends. I also have it in my north node. I also have it in other parts of my chart. It is all about maintaining emotional status, maintaining um, not being triggered by emotional things and simple things. If somebody says something off to you, walk away or say, "Oh, thank you for sharing. I appreciate your input." Walk away, stay calm, and avoid impulsive reactions. You know, um, highlights for this week, Aries needs to focus on teamwork. Taurus, problem solving will help you a long way. Gemini is patience and persistence. Gemini, with that duality of the twins, you have a long way to go for the next, oh boy, until 2032. Good luck with that. It's going to be hard to have that balance. Cancer, fourth house matters of friends, family, home, the way we raise our family, the way we do marriage, family, the fourth house of the houses in the zodiac, self care, foundations, relationships. This is a great time right now, and not so much right now. I want to say after the shadow period of the partial lunar eclipse that you should be taking. If you are starting a new relationship, I would wait a few days after, a week or so after the lunar eclipse, because eclipses can last anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Just because you don't see what's beneath the surface now, that the lunar eclipse is going to bring you to see what needs to go, what we need to shed, what needs to be moving on. It could last long enough to one day, a month or two from now, even 3 months from now, when we get close to the holidays, there might be things that you will look at underneath the surface, underneath the glass, underneath the smoke, underneath the veil. The veil is incredibly thin now for those of you that are empathic, psychic. practice mediumship, it is on. Practice your meditations, work on your chakras, your chakra meditations, your divine mother meditations. Take time for sacred space, sacred healing, sacred space within your home and at work. Make sure you're taking belly breaths when you are trying to relax, and taking deep breaths, because when you're using your belly breath and you're taking inhaling deep breaths through your nose, you're also helping your circulation system and your body organs circulate blood throughout the system within your body much better than you do if you don't practice those breathing techniques. Leo, big pictures, goals everywhere. It could happen. You can set a goal. It can happen in a New York minute, as I would say, since I'm a native New Yorker. Virgo, the energy will be high. You're a typical planner. You like things to be done just such a way. You like to keep things on schedule. It'll be high energy for you to meet deadlines. And although that you have a lot of things going on with family members, expect challenges, but you'll need to meet these deadlines too. And then once things have kind of fall down and cooled off and mellowed out, you'll see that things will come back into play in a much mellower way for you. Libra, you're all about the balance. You are definitely all about the balance, because Libra, as an air sign, ruler of the seventh house, you are all about partnerships, marriage, and enemies, ruled by Venus, the fifth house of romance and love affairs, creativity, justice. If you have to sign contractual, bilateral contractual agreements, please read it 3 times, read it twice, have somebody read it a third time for you. Scorpio, your energy is driving your results. It's going to be like someone just gave you a pot of coffee and you're like, and you're going to be running off like Jessica Rabbit to do the things that you want to do and get things done. Sagittarius, you need to speak up if you need help with meetings, or you need help personally, or things are bothering you intrinsically and extrinsically. Enthusiasm is going to pay off. Capricorn, balance is present for you. It's best for you to finish your tasks. That's what you are. You are a task finisher. You like to have discipline and duty and make sure that you are doing things and setting your goals and completing your goals and getting to the point of where you're fulfilling your ambitions and your responsibilities, since you are Capricorn, ruled by Saturn as well. And it's so wonderful because I would have to say, though, for Aries, I want you to avoid lingering unsolved issues, okay? Because unsolved issues can give you a little bit of a problem. Taurus, set your goals, your long-term growth. Make sure your long-term goals and growth include stability, financial stability. Taurus, you're ruled by the second house. The second house is money and finance, the way we save our money, the way we spend our money, the way we want to put things aside to have our home, our health, our future, the better things to eat, the beautiful castle you want to live in. Taurus is one that likes to have the beautiful things in the home and the finer things in life. With Gemini, get your head out of the clouds, buddy, and want to be cosmic. And you are the third house, ruled by Mercury. Mercury is your third house. You are the third house. Wait for clarity. Don't make assumptions. You know what happens when we make assumptions, right, everybody? And, Cancer, don't make hasty decisions. And be everybody to be flexible, doing things that make sure that you are leaving room open for the flexibility to go back and forth to do the things that you really want to do. Don't feel like you have to rush. Everybody doesn't have to rush. Make sure that domestic peace is more important than winning arguments. It's not worth it, especially Taurus. To avoid being stubborn with your people you live with and the people at work. You're not going to get anywhere. Like they always say, you get more with sweetness than you do with sour grapes. Make sure that you embrace transformation. For many of you, new income resources and income sources will open. Make sure you're using your communication skills, learn how to better express yourself with others. Make sure you're building everyone relationships, strong relationships that last a long time. We are in a new era, the new North Node, the new South Node, when Uranus and Gemini, Leo, Jupiter and Leo, we have abundance for a long time. We've got to learn how to communicate and set things straight. Don't tiptoe around people because you feel bad for them. I'm not saying be blunt and rude, but I am saying be precise, kind, and caring, and make sure that you say the truth. Speak your truth, be your authentic self. Your intuition for all of you water signs is going to be like on fire right now. For the past week or two, going all the way back, probably 2 weeks before the total solar eclipse, with everything in Leo, because the Leo intuition is really, really strong from that solar eclipse going into now the lunar eclipse, which intuition, the moon, seeing beneath the veil, the moon, having vivid, lucid dreaming, the moon in your sleep. Make sure you're writing in your journal. Don't make partnerships to meet halfway. Again, partnerships right now are so important. Um, I would, especially Virgo, avoid big financial decisions or any connections that may want to bring conflict, or you think it's going to bring you a profit, especially if it's with a foreign country. I'm going to say X-nay on that. I'm also going to say for most of you, enjoy your independence. In the workplace, shine like a diamond. Make sure you're doing your best foot forward, putting everything in place, get all your eggs in a basket. Many of you are up for promotion. Many of you I am seeing, and we'll get into that when we get closer to the holidays, preferably after Samhain, which is Halloween for many of you. For myself, it's Samhain. It's one of the hinges of the wheel, the 8 hinges of the wheel for the witch's new year, or the witch's year. Witch's year starts in Aries, not like it does for um, other people where their new year starts in January. Aquarius, there's maybe some property disputes that are going on, and you might need to take your talents, your gifts, and your abilities of what you already know and start going around. And if you don't know them, let's not go to the meeting or to a real estate property dispute or issue to a lawyer or someone who's an expert in real estate matters and shoot your mouth off not knowing what you're talking about. Make sure you take your talents, your gifts, and your abilities. If you don't know what is going on, go and speak to someone that does, that's licensed, that can fill you in on what to expect for anything that has to do with real estate property dispute matters. Pisces, last and not least, my twin, since I am a Pisces, benefit from business pacts that you make, relationship pacts that you make. Friends will be supportive, relationship bonds will be supportive. Again, water signs, your intuition. Cancer, you have the moon. Scorpio, you have Pluto and Mars. Pluto is all about transformation, and Mars Mars is the warrior, likes to have a lot of energy, moving action, sexuality, and ambition, moving really quick and fast. Pisces, again, psychic, intuitive, empathic, same as Cancer and Scorpio, but they all have their abilities in different places. I want to say that many of you, especially Leo and Cancer, be flexible with your plans. Use your energy and be beneficial with how you use your energy. If you go out of your way to use your energy where it's overused and your body is just tired, you're going to be overexhausted. It's going to be burnout for you, for many of you. I could see that. Leo, you love burning it to the end of the night, and especially when it comes to contractual agreements and balancing things out when it comes to legal matters. Um, Taurus, share comforting gestures, avoid stubbornness, avoid confrontation. Sugar will get you further than you know. Mm, anything, if you feel that someone's trying to step on your toes or really irritate you, because you can wait only so long before you had enough. And that's many of you, especially Scorpios like that too, Aries like that too. Aries, you do have a love life spark coming up, and take initiative at work. It is going to pay off. I said that earlier, but for those of you that have love life spark coming up, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, playful charm in relationships, Cancer, death and love coming up. Many of us, Leo, career, ambitions, express appreciations. Um, I would say that many of you that do have romance that are really, really potentially strong relationships that may last. It's up to you. It's like the seven, no, more like the Eight of Pentacles. What you reap is what you sow. So what you put into your work, whatever you put into your harvest, your heart, your brain, your relationships, you're going to reap what you sow, and it'll come back to you with reciprocity. Make sure, again, with that, there's communication and due diligence there. Make sure you know your mate. Don't go into it half-cocked where it's lust and he's a hot babe and she's gorgeous, and because that's not going to give you the longevity in the relationship that you want. Get to know your mate, get to know your partner. That will make it the longevity, really, really long lasting. And if you don't do that, it'll be your own self undoing that you didn't do that. No matter how good looking they are, if you can't get along, it's not going to work. There needs to be mutual assent and a meeting of the minds and a good relationship as well as a good working balance. And of course, we all want to spend the rest of our lives with our best friends, not with a complete stranger that we really don't know. With that, I'm going to move on to the readings. Readings, that is. And I'm going to get back over to my other camera. And let's go with that. We have, move you back here so we can all see. We have earth, air, fire, and water in play. And what I want to talk about today about this spread is that I want to make sure that each of you realize, or it might be easier for me to do this way because of the way I have the camera lined up. This lunar eclipse, and I'm going to be back again on Wednesday before the 27th and 28th, which is Thursday and Friday. I will be back. I will send out a notification as I did this morning that I will be online on my YouTube channel, back to normal. I will again on Wednesday at 9 o'clock as well, discussing further how strong this week has been. And I want everybody to put in the comments, press that red button, subscribe. I love you guys for talking to me, sending me emails, sending me letters. I'm going back to my Instagram today. I literally have over 100 notifications. I can't wait to get to as many people as I can to talk to them and welcome them to my channel and have all of you here. I am completely blessed to have each of you and every one of you here to be supportive. Again, hit that red button, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, a like. Email me at DANUSCELticworlds@gmail.com if you'd like a reading. If not, you can book a reading with me privately. Donations, tips are below through PayPal and Cash App for you. The donation is up to you. There is no pay. I am here according to YouTube, about ready to get monetized and go further on and enhance the growth of this channel by adding again groups and group talks and more talk about how we do astrology, teaching astrology, and um, learning how we can talk about the whole houses, your whole charts, how the astrology comes about, and how it affects each of us differently. That will come into play. There'll be different levels of groups. We can talk and talk more in depth than I do here at my YouTube channel readings, which are brief, much more brief than I would once we get those memberships started. I'm going to be shuffling my cards for today. I am going to use the Wizard's Tarot card. I love this deck. I really, really do. I've got my Mickey Mouse shirt on for today. It matches my outfit. I had to match it. So I'm using the Wizard's Towers deck, and I wanted to do that today because we are really going through it. Talking to a lot of people, and I'm just really wanted to say I am completely open to the fact that we have such a beautiful take of many, many, many people coming here to support and be able to see and share what's going on with their lives. I discussed myself, what's going on as well. Yeah, so there are many, many things going out there with other people's families, people we have lost, people who are ill, like, in my family. Um, Also, changes with jobs, changes with families, people getting other beautiful. I had a lot going on with Venus the past couple of weeks. Venus in the mix, real powerful. She's a power player. Lots of people. Oh, too many cards. Sorry, there are five here. I can't put that out. Lots of people. Fertility. Hey, I'm pregnant. Lots of friends. I had a couple of friends on Facebook sharing this week that I went to high school with. The children are having babies, and it's just like, wow, you know, really fantastic. I really think it's beautiful to watch families grow, to watch families go through beautiful family moments. I love that. I had a couple of people that were actually in my high school soccer team and cheerleading squad. Yes, I was have been a cheerleading coach, and sometimes I do. Yes, coach soccer. Played soccer from 8 years old all the way up to my 30th birthday until I got pregnant with my younger son. And some of them are getting married this summer, which was so lovely to see. I run them all the time into them all the time, and they just come up, and it's such a beautiful thing to have your students when you've had them for so many years and they remember you and they come and give you a hug and hello. That's a true sign, by the way, that you have a good teacher. If you see somebody come up to, if you see your teacher in the store and you don't want to go up and say hi, that's not a good sign. So anyhow, let's start with Earth. Earth. Oh my goodness, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is Aries, fire sign. Aries ruled by Mars, warrior, energy, action. The Emperor is all about being in authority, the masculine power, the leadership, the structure. He's the father figure. He looks after the herd. He looks after the family. He makes sure everybody's taken care of. There may be someone here, earth signs, this is a fire sign, that we have fire and earth, or earth and fire. In your family, masculine, could be masculine, both female and male, doesn't have to be male, but this is someone who's, I want to say I'm getting someone who's looking after the family, because there are many um, parents within the family that are either single or have children, or they're divorced, or their spouses have passed away. And this father figure, this mature adult male or female, is taking on the lead of calling everybody, are you okay? How are you? Do you need my help? Is there anything I can help you with? Strong, powerful leader, authority figure with structure, wants to help, wants to give their, their freedom or their help to others, likes to keep the connection with the family. And if you should have a male or female figure in your family like that, that would be someone to go to if you need someone to talk to, if you need to help with well-being, something helping help going on with our health, your health, the life that you live, helping to put better structure and put more nature and nurturing and security into your life, your home, your wealth, your well-being. Um, this individual is also good with lending a helping hand. Can I help you? And most people will say, no, I got it. But deep down inside, they would be the ones that will come and help you anyway, because they know that they're there for you and they want to be there for you. It's that kind of person, the person that wants to be there, wants to be a covenant to their family, wants to be supportive of their family, will not, and I don't mean this in any Haskell way or any mean way, they're not going to say no because they want to take care of your family, okay? It's just the way they are. And that's a good thing. You don't want to have someone that wants to be the leader all the time, not be someone who's not supportive of the family, right? That's kind of bogus. And another thing with this person, they're always looking out for you, so they want to know if you're okay with the house. Does anything need fixing? How is your family doing? What's going on with your parents? What's going on with you? Because many people don't ask us anymore, how are you doing? How's your job? How much money you have? Did you go out with this one, that one? Not being nosy about what's going on in your life, but what's going on with you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? The Emperor is here to to, to be that person, to be that, have that authority and give that responsibility, with the sign being in Aries and fire and being in the earth element right now. Being that person that wants to be there for others. Let's see what we have going on for air. Beautiful. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, the Four of Pentacles upright means that we might be looking at security, finances, our balance book, our, our checking accounts. Are we worried about stability? Are we being guarded about scarcity? Air signs include Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Are we worried about security? Are we worried? Are we working on getting that better? Are we working on our credit report? Are we working on making sure we're holding onto our money and making sure that we're saving, we're balancing, we're working on getting on a house, we're working on getting that new car, we're working on making sure that we're not having to worry about what's going on in the environment, because right now food is going up, gas is going up. We have a lot going on in the political realm in the Middle East right now. Oil and gas is not going to be good. Scarcity, trade, all of those things are going to be monetized and go up in price, especially with taxes and tariffs. So you could be holding on to your money, be guarding your money, making sure you keep your stability, watching your balance book, your checkbook, making sure those bills are being paid and that you're taking care of your family with responsibility and being guarded to make sure that your family's okay and taking care of your family. This is, by the way, a Capricorn card ruled by Saturn, doing the right things. Saturn naturally rules Capricorn. That is discipline with finances. And that's what this air sign card that you have, the Four of Pentacles. Being responsible with your finances, you may be doing that. Again, we will clarify that. I will clarify all of them. Fire signs, you have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is all about support, stability, being there for you, being a good listener. She is very psychic. She is also very compassionate, supportive, empathetic, giving her best. This is a water and water sign aspect of Cancer. Normally, Cancer being the crab of the ocean, water and water. Pisces could also be the Queen of Cups, water and water, fish and water. And I say water and water, you know, because we have Scorpio, the scorpion, but the scorpion doesn't live in water. Scorpion lives on land. Okay. So that's why I say that. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Cancer's crabs, crabs is water, water and water. Pisces, fish, fish and water, water and water, water and water sign, compassion, emotional, wants to be there for you. Fire signs, they're there for you if you have anything that needs to be fixed or any emotional things that you need help with. If you are going through where you need to have more time and help with your career, your not finances, but your career, having maybe you have this Queen of Cups, and this could be male, female, very feminine. Men and women both have feminine sides. Men and women both have masculine signs, some more than others. This sign, the Queen of Cups, is ruled by Neptune in the traditional Rider Waite. She has a shell in here, which represents a little pearl in the side, and she's sitting on her throne, which represents the moon in Cancer. And then there are fish jumping up in front of her in the water, which is even around her here. There are fish here, and I will put these up in a bit. And she's also pouring her cup, just like the Ace of Cups, pouring her cup into the ocean to give her full emotions to others, to give her full blessing and her emotions, her care, her compassion to others, to pour the water into the water and water, to give the intimacy, the respect, and the pride and joy and empathic, psychic, intuitive insight to each of you for the fire signs to help you out with anything that you may need fixing right now or need encouragement to help your children, your marriage, or even babysit. It could be grandma, could be aunt or an uncle, someone who's supportive, compassionate, pouring that water in there to give you that compassion, the empathy, the emotion, the intuitive insights. Always there, very family oriented. Okay. And again, water and water sign. Let's see what we have for water. For water, we have the Strength card. This is beautiful. The Strength card. And so I love this. I love this because the Strength card is so beautiful. And I love this because in this Strength card, let me see, I'm going to try to fix my camera here. Let me see if I can get the Strength card is fortitude, patience, loving. This I like this because it's not the lion, because it's the dragon, the wizard's dragon. She's she's hugging. The Strength card is her and her dragon. I wish I can have a dragon. That would be rocking awesome. But yes, the Strength card is fortitude. Okay, it is beautiful. It is empowering, courage. going forward with persuasion and precision and power from deep within. You're going forward with something. You're going forward in your career. You're putting that in there. You're going forward with that communication, that business meeting, building relationships, building compassion, building all of the things that you want to have by your side. I'm going to put this here. I love this. I also have my crystals here. Um, this is beautiful strength. I'm feeling here between all four of the cards that there's for everybody, there is a designated family person in each one of your families, and may not be a family. We all have different kinds of families. Doesn't have to be a blood relative, but there is a designated person in each one of your lives that are you are helping yourselves being having that stability and having that stability, financial stability, keeping yourself grounded, going forward with making sure that you and the people that are surrounded by you have compassion, have emotional empathy, are willing to hear you, have inquiry, give you their insight, and have the strength to support you, whatever you may be doing this week. The, the fire sign is showing up as a strength card with the Emperor to let people know that they are there for them, even if they don't ask. They're intuitive enough as an Aries Mars fire sign card to have the warrior inside to say, I even though you might not ask, the warrior inside says, I'm going to come, I'm going to go to so and so's house. And even though they didn't ask me to fix the plumbing, I'm going to go see if they need some help. I'm going to go see if they need help with maybe getting that yard taken care of. I'm going to see if they need some help with something with their car. And I would rather do that than have them spend the money so they have that stability and let them know that they have my compassion and the strength to make sure that they don't have to feel like they have to do everything all by themselves. So that they have that stability, they have that life that they want to live, they have that groundedness, they have the strength to make sure they can have that. They have the person that can have these strengths, the strength to help, the strength to give power, the strength to have the energy and be vital and outgoing and have ambition to do the things without having to ask and have the compassion at the same time. Let's make sure that we see we have on the bottom of the deck. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles is a fantastic card. There for you. The Seven of Pentacles is a fantastic card for each of you because the Seven of Pentacles is telling me that you are working very, very hard. The Seven of Pentacles, as like I said earlier, the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is the mastery of your work. The Seven of Pentacles is looking at your harvest, looking at your work, evaluating your success, assessing your harvest, assessing how hard you work. This is also Saturn in Taurus. Taurus ruled by Venus, but Saturn in Taurus is telling Taurus, if any of you are Taurus, Saturn in Taurus is telling you that Saturn is one that likes things to be disciplined, likes to set boundaries, likes to make sure that they have their cycles and their responsibilities and their boundaries set and their hard work set, that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're reaping what they sow and they continue to do so to evaluate the harvest so that you can assess how well you're being successful on your own and with others, but mostly independently. Okay. I'm going to move these over for each of you. I'm going to clarify that, and then we'll do a left card. Here we have the Witch's Tarot, which I love to use, especially this time with the partial lunar eclipse. Yes, ma'am, I love to do that. Witch's Tarot, take that off. You can't see the Seven of Pentacles, so I will move the bottom of the deck here, but I will let you see over the water signs that yes, you have that. And usually I like to shuffle in front of other people. People that read don't like to do that. I like to do it so people can see that the cards are being shuffled. Okay. 3 times charm. At the power of 3 times 3. As I will it, shall it be. There we go. Look. So motive big. What we got here? 4 air signs. Okay, and that's why. Because see, the Emperor's there for each of you air signs, and I wanted to clarify this because you have the 4 swords. The 4 swords is showing up as and people who are a little stressed out. A little, and I don't mean stressed out in a bad way. I mean, you might be working real hard. Hey kids, we all do it. You're working hard. Air signs are working on their, their stability. They're working hard. They want to make sure that they're keeping their money. They don't want to spend their money. We have the 4 of swords because they need to take a rest. They need to take a break. This is hey, we're working really hard. We need to retreat because we want to make sure we're working really hard so that we have this stability. We have this to fall back on. And this is why this is showing the chains here, keeping that stability, keeping that close, keeping it bounded so that you're not spending that money. I want to say grandpa's coming over to make sure that the things are done around the house, to make sure you're not spending your money because you're working really hard. People are seeing that you're working hard to get to this level, to keep the money, to keep the security. Yeah. I want to see, I like to see what's going on with the Queen of Cups. Who is that and why is he or she there? I like the Emperor card because I want to say that seems like a very solid person, whether it be in your immediate family or in your family or friends, your family, your mate, your soulmate, your you know, your significant other, your marriage may be. Okay, let's see what sign says. Okay, 7 of Wands. You're needing this. Okay, that's why you have the Queen of Cups, because you're going to need that support, that compassion, that stability, that protection, because you've got a lot going on here with the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is all about courage and defending your being criticized. And I know fire signs, you get criticized, but not because you're doing anything wrong. You get criticized because you're very aggressive, very ambitious, and you like to go out of your way to make sure that you're you're a Leo, you're a lion, you're going to pounce. You're defending your success. You're doing really well. This is Mars and Leo. Mars and Leo, this card, Mars and Leo, Mars goes fast. It rules Aries. Mars is fast. It's the warrior, the Leo. Mars is in Leo in this card. This is you moving fast. You want to be successful. You having the courage. Defending. No, you're not criticizing me. I'm doing my job. I'm doing everything. And we have the Queen of Cups saying, you're doing a good job. You're doing fine. She's giving you the compassion. You can do this. You got this. This is okay. You're all right you're okay to defend Defend them. You're doing, maybe they might be jealous of you because they're not, maybe they're not working as hard. And that happens a lot at work. Some people just go there and they want to collect a paycheck. They don't care about working so hard, you know? And that happens. And it's really kind of sad. But they don't want to. Oh, sorry, I had it backwards. They don't want to do that. They don't want to work hard. This is a Leo, a Mars and Leo. They're working hard. They're working hard. She's compassionate, giving her emotion, here's a helping hand. Don't worry about what people say. And they're defending that. I've got the courage. I want to do this. I'm going to go out. I'm going to be adventurous. I'm going to be the lion. I'm going to go be doing a great job with my job, showing what I got, showing how smart I am. Water signs, you have courage. What are you needing courage for? Is what I'd like to know. Okay. What are we needing courage for? Okay. I'm going to put this down. I don't want to cover that, but I'm going to put this down here so all of you can see that. Okay. Water signs, courage. What are you needing courage for? What's coming up here? What are you having courage for? What's going on here? I don't know what's going on here. Let's do it again. I just knocked over my stone. That's okay. I don't have a lot of space here because I have a lot of teacher stuff on my table. So, what do we have courage for? And I think something's coming up, and I'm feeling something's coming up, and I don't know what it is, but I'm going to feel it. The Three of Cups is a celebration. A celebration. This is for the water signs. Getting engaged, having a birthday, having the courage to realize, hey, I'm getting older. Time. I want to get married. I want to have children. Celebration of family, friends. It could be a celebration at work too. Got a raise. Forward. Promotion. Got a raise. Celebration. More money. I'm feeling also celebration. I'm feeling more of the I got a raise, I got a promotion, I got a better job, I'm doing better. Let's go out and celebrate with my friends. Yay, I got rid of that crazy person in the mailroom who used to sit and talk to me for 15 minutes while she was supposed to be delivering the mail. Something like you're just ready to go forward. You're ready to get the hell out of there. Air signs, you're ready to you're I'm liking that the earth sign, the emperor, is coming to you. Because this card here, the emperor, is Aries air. Here we have the water sign Leo. You have compassion from Pisces, the Queen of Cups. Support. There's what you need. Intuitive support, compassion, loving, caring, pouring her emotions in there to share with you, to give you that support, letting you know that you have the water, you have the land. Here you have that celebration, water signs. You've finally left that condition. You had the strength to do what you needed to do. And now we're having this celebration. It could be a new job, could be a better position. It could be, I want to say, a move with your relationship. It doesn't have to be you're getting engaged, but it could be maybe the two of you decided, yeah, let's give this a try. We'll move in together. Or I'm feeling more like, yeah, why don't we see if we can go steady and make a monogamous commitment and take it from there, one day at a time. And, you decide to go out with friends, that you all meet up, and, maybe a couple of friends will come up to you and go, "Hey, how's your relationship going? What's going on?" And you're like, "Oh, me and so decided we're gonna we're gonna be a permanent make a permanent commitment. We're gonna be a couple now instead of just dating." And that would be a great celebration. And everybody's like, "Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen. We thought you guys were gonna get together. We knew it. We knew it. We knew it." And that tends to happen every so often, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. So, with that said, I'm going to pull a line card and see what. Here's a card. Look at that. This one says, "No, I'm not coming out." But you know what? It said it wasn't coming out, but I'm going to take it because it's one card, and it was in there, and it is the Ace of Pentacles. You can't go wrong with the Ace of Pentacles, boys. I'm telling you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the Ace of Pentacles is rocking it. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles is all about being abundant. Okay, this is abundant prosperity, opportunity, potential. This is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I have a lot of earth signs here in the mix. Um, I see a combination of, strength. The strength card is also pretty much known for fire because she is got, you can't see it here because it's different, but she's got Leo there, the heart. She has the Venus sword there. This is also a Ace of Pentacles, is also considered. The Ace of Pentacles is all about Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And here's the funny part. This this group here, this Ace of Pentacles is really uh, hitting earth signs. We have earth here with air. We have a lot going on with earth everywhere in this reading. And I love that, especially when it comes to the Seven of Pentacles. Many of you that are coupled will be getting blessed with opportunities, potential prosperities, abundance going forward. I mean, this is like, wow. Okay, because with this being an earth sign and Taurus, this is all about money, work, second house, daily routine. For those of you that are coupled or want to be coupled or will be coupled, for those of you that are single things, you're going to be getting blessed too because you're going to be getting these opportunities, extra money, extra income, increases, you know, that getting hooked on having a great routine, sticking with it, you know, priorities in place, getting habits out of the way. Habits are out of the way, your job and your work ethic are going to be in track. You're going to be monetizing, and it's going to affect all of you across the board. And once this is affecting all of you across the board, that you're getting that under control, whether you're partnered, you're married, you're engaged, you're living with someone, or you're a singleton. Once you get these opportunities, these prosperity coming your way, the abundance coming your way, expansive growth, higher thinking, you know, making sure that the opportunities are there. There's no more second guessing about finances or abundance anymore because you've got that coming because of the way that you're working hard and you're working with your income, your money, and your daily routines in a structured environment that is not all over the place. It is grounded, it is balanced, it is in place. We have the help from the older generations coming to help all of us across the board so that we're not stressed out. We're not pushing people away. We have the courage to go forward and make sure that we have the compassion that we need and we have the strength to go forward and move forward and push forward to leave one situation to go into another situation and celebrate those accolades and make sure that we're reaping what we sow and getting the rewards that we reaped from everything that we've worked on this coming week. And this is I'm talking for this to go through for the next couple of days until Wednesday when I come back to do the reading again. I am going to do an angel number. I will do an angel number, and because I've had a lot of angel number, come up this week, and I thought, oh, okay, my guides are saying, okay, hey Kate, what's it going to be? We're going to focus on our mind, body, our health, our spirit, like the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, water. Right? It's the same thing. Let's see what we've got. Da, 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 da. And I'm loving it. It is starting fresh. I love it. I love it. Okay. It is starting fresh. And that's a good thing. Everybody wants to start fresh, right? 13. 13 moons in the year. 13 reasons to start fresh and move forward. 13 reasons to start fresh and move forward. Starting fresh, encouragement, goals, foundations, creative ventures, communication. This is fantastic. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and trust in your decisions. Starting fresh. Look, again, the astrology, the cards, starting fresh, celebrating, starting fresh, fighting, having the courage to move forward, having the support, saving, stability, balance, keeping your money, working hard. It's a little stressful while you're working hard, but you're saving that money to get where you want to go, and you have the support from the elders in your family across the board. Fire sign, air sign, earth sign, water sign. You have Mother Earth coming across for all of you, giving you that starting fresh ability, that moving forward ability. You even have the abundance here with the right here with the Ace of Pentacles. Moving forward, money, opportunities, wealth, expansion, luck. I mean, this is great. You're having those opportunities. Starting fresh. We are in a new era. New North Node, new South Node, North Node, Dragon's Head, Karmic Future, Aquarius, South Node, Dragon's Tail, okay? Karmic Past, North Node, Rahu, and Dragon's Tail, K2. I want you to make sure that you're watching into this, and we need to watch out for the stars that we have coming out here in the asteroids with this partial lunar eclipse. Be cautious of our actions. Do not react on insults, people who say things to you. This is a very dramatic partial lunar eclipse in Pisces, full moon in Pisces. Pisces is very emotional, very sensitive, heightened empath, heightened intuition. The veil is going to be thin. Things are going to be different. We are going to be going through a charismatic, transformational, personal, and possibly career, health, wealth, happiness, family transition. Things are going to change. Some of those changes may include the loss of pets, families, friends, job, and not a loss in the bad way. Could be for positive, potential, optimistic, great outlook for you. It could be even just looking below the surface as the lunar eclipse does for each and every one of us from 3 to 6 months out after eclipses go through these transformations in our lives. We eclipse things in that are new beginnings for us that bring us wonderful things. And then the lunar eclipse and the full moon will eclipse them out because they are no longer needed. And I'm not saying that a person or an animal might not be no longer needed. It may be because they're ill. Maybe they didn't know they were ill. Maybe something's wrong and we just didn't know it. And we wouldn't want to punish anybody and be selfish and say, I don't want you to go. Yeah, nobody wants anybody to go or their animal to go, or no one wants to go and leave a job if they don't have to, or if they have to move forward and they don't have a choice because they need more money. Look at the economy the way it is, you know? It's not like it used to be 20 years ago. It's not like it was 10 years ago. And it's not going to get better until we formalize what's going on. Now, we have some other things that are going on too in the astrology that also go up to some of the people here in the United States. The astrology is emphasizing that there is a lot going on with our vice president and our president of the United States and the decisions that they make. Let's keep in touch with those situations because the astrology is in alignment with them. It does say that we need to be cautious about that when we look at the astrology without me having to get into detail. There was also, however, a detail about a famous person passing between August 13th and August 17th, 20th, but we already had that young lady who was an actress that passed away at 36 years old. We already had that. I didn't think it was going to be her, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to set the sprinklers out there. But yes, that was in the astrology. Um, we have to look at that. We also have there are some individuals. If you like to, and I'm going to say this now, there are some individuals that will lose some things. Maybe they can't be paid for. Maybe they can't be part of the life anymore. Maybe they have to move on. Maybe they're getting relocated to leave the state and have to work out of state, so they have to leave and move. And if it's a boyfriend, a husband, you have to go along, obviously, or you'll be commuting for quite a long time. There are going to be changes. Solar eclipse brings in new beginnings, lunar eclipse and the full moon, both in Pisces. And there is a shadow period after that. Please watch your emotions, engage brain before mouth. Do not talk back. Do not do actions. Don't just be mindful of what time of the year it is. We have an eclipse. People are going to be acting differently. Everybody is a bit on edge, emotional, chattery, jittery. Some of you that are air signs, I have Gemini rising. Gemini rising, there are a couple of signs in the zodiac that have nervous system issues. cannot be like this where you're stressed out all the time because you're worried about what other people think and feel, and you're sensitive and emotional and you're intuitive. Be cautious of your dreams. I'm sure they're going to be detailed oriented, vivid, lucid. You might remember them. It might even be so strong because the veil is thin right now. It has been for weeks. The veil is very thin, all the way back now for a month. I'm going back with, the Bulbart's basket, the Lion's Gate, the nodes, the, you know, the new moon in Leo, you know, again, the Lion's Gate, the lunar eclipse in Leo, all these, the veil is very thin. It is still very thin. Your dreams, things are going to be very transparent, seeing things beneath the veil. The veil is open. You might even be hearing things more. I know I am much more clairvoyant than I have been. I have been much more clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient in the past 2 months than I have been for quite some time. I can. I even did something not today, the other day. I was taking a quiz, and I knew nothing about this country, and I was like, oh, I think it. No, I know it's this, and everybody was saying, no, that's not it. I'm like, no, I know it's this. Psychic ability. Yep, was I right? Yep. Next one. Yep, was I right? Yep. I got 100 on the test. I know nothing about this country. Not a clue. Not. I didn't know any of the cities. Nothing. I was like, nope. My intuition is telling me. My psychic abilities tell me no. I'd say no, it's this one, and I look at it and go, no, that's not it. That's not what I see. That's not the picture I see in my head. So be cautious. The veil is very thin. I want to thank all of you for being here. Book a reading with me. I'm telling you, we will have fun. We can do it on a Friday. Grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea. We can sit down, go over the whole houses. Email me at DANUSCelticworlds at gmail.com. You can reach me too on YouTube as Danus Celtic World, Facebook, Danu Kelly under Danus Celtic World, and Instagram, Danus Celtic World as well. And join my Instagram, join my YouTube, friend me, comment, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. No problem giving me comments. We would love. We're building up this website. We're building up this channel. Subscriptions are much loved. Comments are much loved. Tips and donations are so welcomed and so loved as well. We are improving the website and improving everything so that we can have thousands of more subscribers. I have thousands of subscribers now. I'm loving all of you. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so glad that we had patience while I was off getting my classroom ready for my little ones in elementary school. I will be back again this Wednesday on August 26th. Wednesday, August 26th, I will be back again to go over astrology and an in-depth reading for each of the elements and going over each of the signs and what it entails for you for the next couple of weeks. Definitely for the next week to 2 weeks. There are going to be changes, and I want everybody to feel like they can see this coming, because many times the astrology is a blueprint of what is to come or what has passed or what we've been through. And that's why many people love to be a part of the astrology and listen and check into the astrology, so they have that blueprint to just check out and see what may or may not come or be a part of their lives based on their astrology charts, their birthday, their sun, their moon, their rising sign, the time they were born, and the city and state they were born in, or country that they were born in. It was a pleasure having all of you. I'm going to leave this up for each of you to read, oops, to look at. Oh, come on now, to read and look at for a little bit. It will be so much fun to have you here. Next week, we will be going into what is to come for the new year. Now that we're in this end of this 2 year cycle, what is coming in for this new revelation of the new world to be? What's to be expected? What should we look for? How should we be looking for this? How should we prepare for it? I'm going to already tell you, which I'm sure you already know. Technology, technology, technology. So, for those of us that are not loving technology, we might want to take a look into that. See if the cards aren't going to stand up for me. I will, if I could find a card holder, I would, but every time I go for a card holder, for a tarot card holder, they only hold 3 at a time. If I could find one that has 4 or 5 of them at a time, it would be such a blessing. It really would. For those of you that are born at this time of the month, my Virgos, it's Virgo season for all you precious lovelies. I want you to know that you have so much talent and so much ability, especially in your in-depth planning techniques and your in-depth, I want to say, being diligent and detail oriented. Yes, because many of you are so very detail oriented. And I'd like to say happy birthday because we had just Virgo season just start here recently in the past couple of days, and actually the past 24 hours, and that goes all the way up to September. So happy birthday to all of you Virgos. For Leos that were at the 20th of August all the way to the end of July. Happy birthday to you. I've already seen most of you because I've done readings then. But for those of you that have missed at the end of your sign, Leo, my Leo buddies and female friends, which I have plenty, happy birthday to you. I'm sure I already said happy birthday to all of you on Facebook or on YouTube. It's such a blessing to have you. I'll be back on August 26th, this Wednesday, to talk about what to expect for the next couple of weeks, starting Wednesday. Even though the eclipse is the 27th and 28th, it already started this week. It started this weekend. So we will see you soon, and blessed be. Hopefully, you've taken your notes, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Please make sure you look on my posts as well. I post what cards I pick for the day in the morning on the weekends, and then I explain the cards out to each and every one of you so that you have a detailed description of what card of the day and what it means. Love you much. Thanks for being here. I will see you soon. Have a blessed evening. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.